Right. There's a lot of hype around building on Bitcoin at the moment and the Cardano ecosystem at the same time. And there are a few projects out there that are pioneering this. And Tokeo is one such project, bringing both of those ecosystems together. And I've got Stephen here and Zushan joining me on the episode to talk through exactly what they've been up to over the last few months with this particular wallet. I absolutely love the wallet. I've been giving away NFTs through it at meetups and such. So, guys, what have you guys been up to? Where are we at? What on earth is going on? Where in the world are you guys?
We're still in the Middle East, building up to the token launch. It's been it really truly is a central part of the world. So it's made what has been, I think, the busiest time in pretty much all of our commercial careers. That's slightly bit easier, but look, you asked what's been going on, and I honestly don't know where to start. We've had such an aggressive roadmap. I know we've been on the channel before, but we really started building in late December last year, and we essentially in that time built the wallet on Apple, put out an Android version, prepared ourselves while running an ISPO, preparing for a token launch, strategic partnerships. It just went on and on and on. So look, it's been an incredibly exciting time. We're proud of what we've delivered, and we really feel like it's just the beginning. As you mentioned, the cross-chain narrative is strong. We've actually been building the Bitcoin wallet for 3 months. So when we heard the BitcoinOS announcement at the summit, fortunate enough to be there. Shout out to CF. It was an amazing event. But we felt really blessed because we were already in a really great position to be able to capitalize on that. So, I think for us at the moment, it is launching cross chain, and we have our and launching our token, which is also the first multi-chain token launch that has been conducted between both the ecosystems. So yeah, a lot going on.
Yeah, we kind of missed you there, mate, at the summit.
Yeah, well, it's couldn't quite afford it yet at that point in time. The price of ADA didn't go up early enough. If it did, then you may have seen me there. But it's recovering now at the moment. And if they just shifted that date of that summit, I would have gone. But that aside, you guys have been extremely busy, and I've saw photos of you guys. I think it was Simon and yourself, Stephen, chatting to someone after the summit itself. Was this one of the BitcoinOS guys?
Yeah, it was. So a shout out to Ingemar, or Englandia, as some people would know him online. He's one of the leads in it BitcoinOS. As I said, we've been exploring bridge providers and the bridging technology for some time, and I think we'd met with pretty much everyone. So the Beyond guys over on the Bitcoin side, the guys from Chainport, who we are actually in a commercial relationship with. We're looking at doing something really interesting with them when it comes to the other chains. We were fortunate enough to obviously be at the summit to hear the announcement, but be in a position to be able to capitalize on that. In terms of the Grail Bridge, which is being built, it really introduces, I suppose, computing power and smart contracts to Bitcoin, or certainly to protocols like Runes and Ordinals, and really gives the ability to do that holy grail. So it is the Grail Bridge, that holy grail of being able to create true interoperability between the chains. And I'm not talking a layer one swap, which is obviously available, everywhere. Coinbase or any of the centralized exchanges can handle those transactions. But being able to seamlessly swap layer two or native tokens between the protocols, I think, is a massive, massive leap forward, and certainly in a trustless manner too, that is secure, because a lot of the vulnerabilities around swaps happen on bridges, and I think that these guys have gone a long, long way to solving that.
Wow. Okay, you guys were pretty lucky that you've been working on this in the background, and now you're just poised in the right position to capitalize on it, like you said. So just to clarify here, so I'll be able to swap certain assets on the Tokeo app, such as like ordinals for a Cardano native token. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it is. We're not there yet. Let's be really clear. The announcement came out. I think that the bridge is intending to go live in the first quarter of next year. We are pushing ahead as Tokeo in launching our Bitcoin wallet, which will have a lot of the great features from the Tokeo wallet that's on Cardano currently. Not quite in parity for launch on Bitcoin. It is a very different environment to develop on. But like in true Tokyo fashion, we'll continue to roll out the innovations on that chain as well. So for launch, we'll have a lot of the standard features. Shortly after launch, we'll have either prior to launch or shortly after, we'll have the layer 1 swaps in place, which will create that, bridge between Cardano, and Bitcoin. Then shortly following that, we'll also have runes and ordinals trading inside the wallet too, which will enable you to perform those functions. But as the bridges mature, and we're probably slightly in front of the bridges at the moment in terms of technology, or not. They are obviously very different protocols, but the key step is to have that layer 2 Cardano native with, say, an ordinals trade, for example, or being able to swap a rune directly for a CNT. Now that I love these developments. They are truly creating interoperability between chains. And it is at that stage where we will see, Cardano has always been so siloed. It's the chain that we know and love. In going out into these other chains, we're firm believers that we have the best developers in the world on Cardano. But we've needed that influx of liquidity, volume, and users. And I think that these solutions are going to provide just that.
Yeah, this is all really exciting. Having this level of interoperability and ease of use for anyone out there is really what we kind of need. So this is what type of uptake do we expect from this? Like, I know Tokyo is still very new. Are you guys like reaching out to the Bitcoin community now and starting getting Bitcoin users onboarded onto using Tokyo as well? What's the adoption looking like? What adoption plan for you guys on the application, especially specifically on the Bitcoin side of things?
Yeah, 100%, mate. I think that's a great question, right? Because at the end of the day, unless you're actively making or creating opportunities for people to come in and use it, you're not going to bring people back to the home base, which is Cardano, right? And that's what we're kind of looking for while simultaneously sort of growing out. So we have a partnership with the BTC Terminal guys, which we announced recently. And, if you think about it, right, this is the interesting thing. Bitcoin has a lot of liquidity, but within Cardano, we often talk about the OG ADA holders who don't do anything else. There's a lot more of that on Bitcoin. People who hold Bitcoin do not explore DeFi, do not touch anything within the ecosystem aside from holding Bitcoin. So companies and projects like Terminal have really, really good relationships across the ecosystem. And by tying in with them, building that collaboration, we've really started having these conversations behind the scenes, getting people to download the product, try out the app. And, people love it because when you look at a lot of dApps being built in relation to Bitcoin, there isn't too much that you can do on the DeFi side of things there, right? If you look at tokens, you take it a step forward, you look at runes, there aren't a lot of runes yet that have any use case at all. And because of that, when people come in and see a product like ours, they're absolutely blown away. And I think that this is also an opportunity that we are seeing more Cardano projects trying to jump onto, because of the whole situation around us. But I think with us at Tokeo specifically, we saw this coming. We saw the UTX Bros Meta as something that is a path that has to be taken to build those bridges, build that interoperability. We've talked very deeply internally about chains like Doge as well, and we've seen Doge kind of go parabolic. It's a very similar community to Cardano. Very, very dedicated people who love it. They've also kind of taken it upon themselves to build out a lot of the second layer applications and functions on Doge. And that's something that we look at as well alongside, chains outside of UTXO. But Bitcoin, it was the natural kind of area for us to go into and to bring people back into Cardano through that, create that, cross-chain interoperability, make it easily accessible. And that's how we're kind of really taking it. But the response has been fantastic for us personally. We've had people that we're talking to. We've had more and more introductions made, like almost on a daily basis at this point. So it's fantastic to see, getting into that community and all of that.
That's really awesome to hear. I find a lot of the Bitcoin holders and like you said, even the ADA holders, the whales out there, they just the ADA holders just hold, stake, and just earn their ADA rewards and live off that. And same with the Bitcoin people, they just wait for the next cycle when it goes up to all new time highs again and just sell off a little bit, and hey presto, they're rich again. So it's going to be hard, I think, to convince a lot of those players there to look into these type of opportunities, DeFi plays, staking plays, using Bitcoin on the Cardano ecosystem. I think that's something that a lot of people have to wrap their heads around and actually get off their butts and do something about it so that you can actually participate and you guys will have more users through the platform.
Yeah. Look, Zuchan was talking about the support. I'm going to drop a bit of alpha as well. I don't know if this is coming out.
I like alpha. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So look, Bitcoin BTC Terminal is a strategic partnership for us. They're very embedded into the community there. I think we've got 7 spaces over on certainly with the Runes and Ordinals community in the next week, which will take our space total to.
I don't know. 40?
I think it's over 40 now that we've done in the last month. So we've really kind of you're working really hard. But we're actually using the Orbit launchpad over there. They've launched a lot of tokens. We really loved the guys when we struck that relationship. That's about to come out too. So we're doing an IDO launch over there. It will be immediately available for trading on the Orbit DEX. That'll be soon followed by DotSwap and Magic Eden. We'll be trading the token as well. We'll be seeding those liquidity pools as part of our liquidity strategy, which we've put a lot of time and effort into. And we really are looking forward to, the token is about a rewards-based platform for, looking after our users and holders. We've got a bunch of strategies in that token around, Treasury and creating, ongoing rewards for just simply, buying and holding toke. So we've kind of really crafted some great, I think we've created a great platform for people to grow with the business. And we're very excited to have those partnerships over there, and they're embracing it. What can I say? It's been great.
So what was that platform called again? So I can make sure it's in the show notes.
Orbit. No, Orbit. ORDBIT. Orbit.
Orbit. That makes sense now. Okay, brilliant. And on the Cardano side, I know you guys are doing it with MinSwap, and I think that's a brilliant decision there for the IDO side of things. Now, are they going to be on at the same time?
Yeah, they are. So it's a simultaneous launch.
Brilliant.
There's some reasons for that because without the bridge formally in place, we are going to have to seed the liquidity pools on both sides. If you've read the Tokyo white paper, and I'd encourage everyone to do that, we put a lot of time and effort into that. We've come up with a great strategy in terms of liquidity. So 15% of the token sale on both Runes and on Cardano, the proceeds of that will be applied to liquidity, plus 5% of the token supply on each chain as well. In terms of liquidity provision, we've got a random number generated zap-in strategy. Now that's a mouthful.
What?
Yeah. So using the MinSwap liquidity pool and the Orbit liquidity pool over on Runes, we over the first 3 months until we kind of look to put AMMs in place, and also, look at getting listed on some centralized exchanges, and, which I suppose takes the token then to another level. We'll look at the liquidity. We've formed a liquidity council. That liquidity council will meet bi-weekly. There's some great names in that. Some of the best guys in the industry have really come onto that council, and we'll look at the liquidity provision that's required to provide stability in the token, growth in the token, and really make sure that we've got the right level of volatility, but certainly the right level of security and comfort as well for holders, so that we don't say that we're going to just apply or zap in that liquidity on fixed dates, which could see people front running the liquidity pumps. We've taken a random number generator which uses a calculation of 7 days divided by 12 hours divided by 60 divided by 60 to give an exact second zap in,
All right,
so that it's randomized. So that once we zap that in, there's no opportunity to front run that, and it provides the right level of, I suppose, stability, and and creates the right platform for the token to grow, which is what you want from a utility token. It's not a meme coin; it's a long-term token and hold. And we've got some really, really clever announcements coming out in relation to the token and the rewards nature of that.
All right, cool. I'll put links to the white paper and the tokenomics and all that stuff, the sale details. Everyone, do your own research, please. It's always important to dive deep into all of that before jumping on a token sale or anything like that. This isn't an endorsement of the project. It's purely, do your own research, do all that stuff, please. Guys, is there anything else that we need to know about the project that's coming up that we haven't spoken about yet?
I think that, obviously there's a lot of hype in relation to, the Bitcoin, Cardano integration, and the things that we've spoken about today. But that is only just the beginning for us. We are, heavily researching and are in discussions with SUI. We're also looking at, we've been spending a bit of time on Solana as well. We're certainly highly primed to roll out the EVM chains as well. So we've got, pretty significant aspirations in being, across certainly across all the major chains within the next 6 to 12 months. But when we go on to a new chain, we don't just want to release a wallet and say, hey, here you go, it's available on EVM. We want to actually go and work with the community like we're doing over, with the Runes and Ordinals guys and with Bitcoin holders, so that we actually work with the key project leads over there, find out what they want out of a wallet. Are there any unique ways that we can help promote their projects as well? So we will always take that kind of approach rather than just a scattergun approach where we're just releasing the wallet anywhere.
Right. So if anyone's listening to this and building on Bitcoin or Runes, Ordinals, or any other chain that the guys have mentioned here, reach out to the team. It may be a really cool partnership that you can strike up here and cross-launch or cross-promote with the Tokeo wallet as they start moving over to different chains. This is awesome, guys. Cross-chain interoperability is the future for not just Cardano, but all of the crypto space. And it's really good to see that you guys are pioneering and moving deeply into this space and bringing Cardano along with you guys.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks, mate.
Oh, and also should mention another awesome Australian team. So, that's always another big plus.
Yeah, we've been...
we might not be there at the moment, but...
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm working the Intersect stand with Phil. At
you are?
Australian CryptoCon. Yeah, you going to come?
No, unfortunately not. I can't make it.
Yeah.
No, well, I won't be there either, so it's okay.
Well, it doesn't matter then.
Hey, can we give, because this will be out can we give one quick grab to the partnerships that we've formed through the Treasury?
Yeah, go on.
The DApp?
Yep.
Okay. So, Pete, look, we've worked really hard on the Treasury and rewards strategy. As this interview's not out yet, I'm pleased to announce that we have signed strategic partnerships with World Mobile Token, Iagon, and also Navola. They will form part of our Treasury strategy, which, it's great to be encompassing some partnerships into the wallet and certainly leading deep in DeFi projects as well. And we're doing a few unique things with those projects in terms of creating a way that, Tokeo token holders can be rewarded and also trying to accelerate their partnerships. So very exciting.
DePIN's a big part of the crypto sector, and I think it's going to be a large part of the narrative that we hear in the future as well. So it's really good to hear that you guys have partnered with World Mobile, Iagon, and Nuvula. So they're all huge DePIN players in the Cardano space here. So if you guys haven't checked them out yet, make sure you do. But that's awesome news, guys.
Awesome. Thanks Pete.
All right. Hopefully I can catch up with you guys soon in person again. We should all be in Australia, but we'll catch up soon and I'll see what you guys have been up to.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, Pete. Awesome. Thanks a lot. As always.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you, mate. Always.